Cultures and the role they play in engineering future cities. Established environments evoke a culture and a set of norms that provide situated experiences. These culturally influenced experiences shape our understanding, identity, interest, and solutions to engineering problems. This in turn means that cultures play a role in how we engineer future cities. In engineering, we focus on problem solving to specific stakeholders, so this means understanding who these stakeholders are. A culture that largely is not interested in sustainability will do very little to express sustainable behavior, so in engineering we must recognize this. A meaningful observation of minor engineering changes to reflect culture was when in 2017, Google changed its voices on its map across Africa to a more local tongue to ensure users had little difficulty in understanding directions. These changes lead to a dramatic increase in use of Google Maps in navigation, with furthered Google's mapping in Africa. Certain trains in Europe have directions in multiple languages and rely heavily on logos for directions to navigate language barriers. In cultures where hunting is a norm, it might perhaps make more sense to create sustainable hunting regions over completely ending hunting. That would prove unsustainable because it is ingrained in the culture. Let's select some important cultural norms to consider in engineering sustainable cities in this section. Sustainable agricultural engineering regarding customary food. As touched on above, since food plays an important role in customs, an important cultural norm to consider in engineering sustainable cities surrounds agricultural engineering. Ensuring cultural meals are readily being grown sustainably, ethically, and can easily reach its consumers. Engineering consideration regarding gender. Designing structures and vehicles that observe the cultural norms of the city is a given, as social treatment of gender, making accommodations for both identified groups to coexist within the bounds of culture. Public behavior. Engineering considerations for public behavior. In cities like Dubai and Malaysia, where public displays of affection are not allowed, city signage with visual representation instructing the public on appropriate behavior could allow foreigners to integrate easily. In engineering sustainable cities, signs and even sounds correcting public behavior on littering and recycling in a mix of language and auditory nudging will be useful in changing public behavior. Rituals. There are cultural rituals that control cities. For example, cities may face more congestion on weekends by wedding attendees. A sustainably engineered city should take into consideration such rituals to ease the flow of traffic and reduce decongestion. Language. Care. An important cultural element that engineering a sustainable municipality should consider is language. Auditory and visual language and messaging must be prioritized to control and manage the public. There are more cultural considerations that influence sustainable engineering, and due diligence must be made in researching and gathering key data.